Welcome back students, this is the fourth lecture on gravitation. In previous three lectures already you have learned about Newton's law of gravitation, then we learned Kepler's laws, then we learned acceleration due to gravity and its variation with what height, depth and due to rotation of earth, and we have learned the gravitational field intensity, okay, and gravitational potential. So we will continue from here. So in this lecture we will be talking about what gravitational potential energy, okay. Yes, let's first understand that what is potential energy. Okay, so suppose you have a mass, any mass, earth, moon or small or big mass, doesn't matter, okay. We already know that this mass will produce field around this, okay, and what is the field? Means gravitational field is a space around this object where its gravitational force can be experienced, right. So this mass will produce some field around this is the reason where it is producing what is gravitational field, okay, around it, right. Now you have another mass, this mass, let's say this is m2 and this is placed where at infinity, is very far from what that object, keep in mind, okay. Yes, is placed at what, infinity. Now you want to bring that mass close to that mass, okay, which has produced some field around this, right, gravitational field. So how much work you will do in doing that, that's called what, potential energy. You want to bring this mass from here toward this point, okay. This is your m2, you brought from that point to this point, say distance from this center of this mass is what, let's say r, correct, no? How much work you are doing, that work done is called what, potential energy. So I am writing few words here and I will explain you. Work done, what is potential energy? Work done in bringing a mass from infinity to that point. You want to bring a mass from infinite away, very far to that point. So this is the point we are talking, that you want to bring this mass from here to that point. So at that point, what is the potential energy? Is simply work done, correct, no? In bringing from here to what, here. So this mass is placed at distance of r from this mass, correct. So numerically how we give answer, the energy, potential energy of this mass which is placed at distance of r from that mass is what, simply minus g m, that mass, the other mass m2 and distance between them from center to center, right. This is called what, your potential energy. This is the potential energy of what, that object. Proper word is gravitational potential energy, because potential energy again can be many types. So yes, so this is a gravitational potential energy, minus g m1, m is the mass which is producing field around this, and m2 is the mass whose potential energy we want to find, m2, okay, by the distance between these two masses, correct. There is a negative sign coming here, the meaning we will learn little later, but in short I am telling you, this tell you that boundness, okay, boundness of two masses. I will explain this concept little later because there is a wide explanation about this. This negative sign tell you that if there is negative, potential energy is negative, means what, these two objects are not bound. They are what, like not moving away from each other, they are what, staying at same place and rotating, right now. We will discuss about this later. Okay, first come here, work done in bringing a mass from infinite to infinity to what, that point is called potential, okay, this is called potential energy of what, that object at that point, okay, yes. So you see the potential energy depends on distance also, right now. Yes, so distance varying from that mass, the potential energy also vary. Okay, I said this definition, but there is very important point here, that when you doing like this one, when you bring this mass from infinity to that point, your kinetic energy should not change. So important point is what, keeping kinetic energy constant. We should not change its kinetic energy, keep in mind, right now. This is important point. Okay, this is a general formula to find potential energy of any object, okay, when it's placed in the field of another object, right now. So that become minus g m1 m2 upon what, r, simple formula, right. Now this is general formula, okay, between any two masses you can find the potential energy. This formula specifically you want write for what, near the surface of earth, correct, no? So I am writing near the surface of earth. This is earth, okay, of radius r, mass m, right. You want to bring an object again from infinity to close to the surface of earth or on the surface of earth, how much work you will do. or what will the potential energy of that object. You want to bring an object from infinity to what, that point, this called mass what, m, small m. You bringing from what, from here infinity again, all right, this it was placed at infinity, you want to bring it to the surface of earth. How much work you will do, or what is the potential energy of that object, correct. So I write like here work done, either they can say work done in bringing a mass from infinity to the surface of earth, or in shortcut how you will say the potential energy of object placed on the surface of earth, okay, or you say what, simply, or potential energy of a mass m placed on surface of earth, or you say near the surface of, okay, surface of earth, you can say, okay. What will answer? Look at that formula. In this formula, u will be equal to, look here, g is okay, minus g, no problem. M1 means mass of the earth, thus we know m, okay, yes. M2 is what, the mass we are bringing, thus we are calling small m, and distance between these will simply radius of earth. So this is the potential energy of an object placed on the surface of earth or very close to surface of earth. How much? Minus g, m is the mass of earth, m is the mass of, small m is the mass of that object, and r is the distance. Distance in these two objects will be simply radius of the earth, right. Suppose this object is raised to some height, its potential energy will change. We will do all these questions little later, okay. Yes, okay, hope you understood these two things, okay. Potential energy and work done are same thing only, okay. Yes, so this is general formula, this I wrote specifically for earth only, right. Yes, actually this formula, now if you watch carefully, you can write in another format also, you can write small g format also, okay. Okay, so what you know, small g already we have learned, acceleration due to gravity is nothing but g m by what, r square. So you can convert this formula in this format also. Let's convert. G, m and r is there, we just need r. So what you do, multiply this equation by r and divide by what, r. So g m by r square becomes small g. So if this formula I can write simply m, that m, and this became g into r. That's what your potential energy simply, okay. Small g format, but this is only for what, when you are talking that object is placed on the surface of earth, okay. Yes, not at some height or depth, okay. Now, four type of questions mainly they ask based on potential energy. One, they ask like they ask you to arrange some objects, like 3 mass are arranged at the corner of a square, or 4 mass are arranged on a corner of a square, of a rectangle, triangle, these things, okay. They ask how much work we have to do, or what is the potential energy of that system, that type of question they ask. Then the other question they ask that how much work done raised an object above the surface of earth, the second question they ask. Third question they ask like at what velocity, if you throw some at some velocity, then what is the maximum height that object will go and then fall back, right. Then opposite of that they will ask you that if you want to project at some height, then what velocity we need, or velocity is given height we will find, okay. So these four major questions we will do on this potential energy. So first question we are doing is this type of question, potential energy due to multiple masses, right, due to multiple masses. Okay, before that I tell you that potential energy is energy only. So if they ask unit and dimension, they will show same only. Yes, unit they ask, it will be SI unit will be in joule only, right, no problem. Dimension means energy only, so m power 1, L power 2, T power 1, same thing only, we have to use, nothing is special here, okay. This is just energy only. Okay, so first type of question they ask is what, like potential energy to what, multiple masses, correct now. So what happens, what we do, suppose you have 2 mass, then what is potential energy, is simply this one. But if you have 3 mass, then what is the net potential energy of the system, or they ask that what is the work done in bringing those 3 masses to those some places, like at the corners of a triangle or corners of a square, rectangle, okay. Okay, so listen carefully. Suppose I ask question to you, let's understand this in terms of question. Suppose I say that this is a triangle, any type of triangle, equilateral or non-equilateral, doesn't matter. This side is R1, that side R2, that side is what, R3. And you want to bring 3 masses and put on this corner of a triangle. You want to put one mass here of mass m1, another mass you want to put here m2, another mass you want to put what, m3. 3 mass you want to put like this way, okay. Then how much work you will do in doing that, or what is the potential energy of the system. So both questions are same only. I am writing here like work done in putting 3 masses on the three corners of a triangle. This triangle could be again any type, doesn't matter. It suppose it's like equilateral triangle, then this all are same, sides are same, more easy calculations. Okay, or this question they can say like work done in putting three masses on the three corners of a triangle, or net potential energy of the system. Okay, net potential energy of the system. This way they can say the same question. Either they said what is work done in bringing three charges at three corners of a triangle, or what is the net potential energy of the system. Both are same answer. So how you answer this question? Okay, it's very simple. Look here. What do you do? We bring these masses one by one. Okay, so nobody is here first initially. All three corners are empty. No one is there. Then you bring your first mass. Okay, when you bring this first mass, how much work you do? Work is done when somebody like other mass is there, is field is there. Right now there is no other mass, there is no mass here in this region, right? Okay. When you bring your first mass M1 here, there is no other mass, right? There is no field, so there will be no work done. So I am writing step by step. Look how you answer this type of question. Step 1, bring first mass, okay? And from where you bringing? Again always from infinity, M1. When you bring your mass M1, I am saying there is no other mass here already, right? No other mass, so there is no field, so there will no work done. So what is the answer when you bring first mass? Work done, let's call W1 will be what? 0 directly. Correct. Now you bring your second mass, okay? Suppose step 2. Bring second mass, okay? Second mass is what? Your M2. When you bring M2, you say that M1 is already there, right? So this M1 is producing field here, so we have to do work to bring that second mass, because there is field produced by what? M1. Yes. So what is the work done or your energy? What is the answer? Minus G M1 M2 upon what? R2. That will be your work done or energy. Right? Hope you are understanding. Now what happens when you bring the third mass? Step 3. Right now you bring your third mass. When you bring third mass, then what happens? M3. When you bring third mass, two masses are already there, and these two masses are producing field, right now? Yes. So what you do? What is the energy or work done against what? This mass, okay? You say W3 is what? Look here. You doing work against this mass. This mass is producing some field. So what is the answer? Minus G. What are you calling? M1, M3, and distance between them we calling what? R1. Then this mass also there, right? So you have to do work against this also. So W4 we are saying, what is the answer? You say that minus G M3 M2 M3 by what? The distance what? R3. Correct. Right. So now what is the net work done or net potential energy of system? Okay, W or U, whatever you want to call this. What is the answer? Just sum of these. Energy is a scalar quantity. Simply you have to add them, right now. So all will be negative term, just you add them, that's your answer. So you write like minus G M1 M2 upon what? R2, right? Then minus G M1 M3 upon R1, then minus G M2 M3 upon what? R3. That will be your answer. Generally what happens, masses will be similar. They ask very simple questions. So these terms you can take common, or distance same is like equilateral triangle R, you can take common, okay? Yes, you can simplify, but this will be the net work done or net potential energy of this system. So if you suppose in exam you don't write like I wrote like step 1, step, this is just to understand only. In exam what do you do? Just you have to calculate how many pairs are there, okay? Look here, directly without writing this thing. When you put three masses here, how many pairs we have? One pair between these two, so one energy is that, one pair that, and one pair is what? That. Three pairs we have, three energy, that's all. Done. Correct. Suppose same question is asked for a square. I put here a square or a rectangle, doesn't matter, side A, right now. You want to put four masses at four corner, M1, M2, M3 and M4. Then they ask what is the work done in doing so, or what is the net potential energy of the system. Please do not confuse between these two questions, okay? What is the work done in arranging four masses like this one, or what is the net potential energy of the system? So you will just follow the same thing, step 1, step. You bring first mass, no other masses here, so you don't need to do any work because there is no field here, okay? When you bring second mass, this mass is already there, so you have to do work against this. So calculate the energy between these two, right now. That was G M1 M2 upon what? The distance here, right? When you bring third mass, you have to do work against this, you have to work against this. So work against this is same, you can do For work against this, you need that distance. You have to calculate using your geometry, right? Okay. When you bring your fourth mass, you have to do 3 work. You have to do work against this mass, and against what, this mass. Correct? No? And you can add all these. Or directly I am saying now, without doing these steps, just you 4 masses are there. Let's calculate how many pairs are there. So one pair, energy between these two, let's call it 1, right? Then energy between what, these two, right? Then energy between these two, 3, energy between these two, then energy between these two, 5, energy between these two, what, 6. So total 6 energies will be there. That is simply you can write like this way and add them. That's your answer. Okay. Yeah. So this is the first type of questions. And here additional simple question can be asked like directly like this one, that we want to put 3 masses at the 3 corners of triangle. What is the work done, or what is the potential energy of the system? Same way here. Sometimes they say like this one. They said I have a triangle. This is a triangle, equilateral triangle, suppose, off side A, and some masses are placed here, maybe same mass or different value, M1, M2 and M3. Now they say that what they do, this is very important question, give attention here. They say I want to increase the size of this triangle. I want to increase or decrease, could be anything. I want to increase or decrease the size of this triangle, or they can give square, doesn't matter, right? Suppose you want to double the side of this triangle. Do you want to make 2A, 2A, or 3A, 3A, or you want to reduce it A by 2, A by 2? Then how much work we have to do? It's very important, please give attention here. You want to increase the size or decrease the size of triangle means simply you are changing the distance between the masses. When distance changing, energy will change, you have to do work. Yes, you have to do. So what we do in this type of question, suppose this question is asked, please write few words. This question like, you say that work done in changing size, or you say that distance between masses, right? No? So write this example carefully. Suppose you write in few words that initially 3 masses were placed at the 3 corners of equilateral triangle of side A. Please write these words, okay? Then suppose you want to double the size of this triangle. Sides were A, we want to make 2A, 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 then how much work we will do? So in this case, what you do? You calculate the initial net potential energy of this system, calculate here. Okay, like we have done here, same way only do. Energy between these two, okay? Calculate energy here, you final. Energy between these 3 pairs, right now, and subtract them. Your work done will be simply equal to, you say that U final minus what, U initial, that will be what, your work done simply, right? So it's very simple. You calculate energy in the initial positions like this way, calculate in final, subtract them. That's called what, work done. Correct? No? So this can be asked for a triangle or square, doesn't matter, or any shape, right? Yes. So the first type of questions we did are based on what, gravitational potential energy, that how much work done in bringing charge to some combinations or some configuration, or what is the potential energy of that configuration. Okay. So simply how many pairs we have, that you have to see. Correct? No? 4 particles are placed, means there will be 6 pair, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one this one, right? No? Diagonal, right? Okay. Triangle means just you get 3 pairs only. Okay, 1 pair, 2 pair, and what, 3 pairs. So that energy you writing here, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Okay. Let's move on to the next questions. Okay, second type of questions we doing potential energy is what, this type of question is about Earth. Look here, they say like this is your Earth. Okay, radius r, mass m. Your object was placed here of small m. Okay, energy already we know. How much energy? Yes, already we calculated. This is nothing but what, g m by what, r, right? Okay, or you can write mgr also, right? Now look here, you want to raise this object to some height, h height, above the surface of Earth. How much work we have to do for that? That you want to calculate. So the second type question we are doing is called work done in raising an object of mass m. Okay, of mass m to what height? To a height h above the surface of Earth. Okay, how much work is done in raising an object of mass m to a height h above the surface of Earth? Or they can say that simply they can say what, change in potential energy, also can say change in potential energy. Do not confuse. Last time we said that all equations were doing that you bring an object from infinity to some point. So I am saying the work done is simply equal to what? Potential energy, but properly what? Change in potential energy, because at that point energy we are saying 0, right now. Yes. So here we changing from some limited distance. So we should say properly the work done is equal to what? Change in potential energy. Okay. Okay. So you want to calculate what is the work done when you want to raise an object from surface to some height h. Generally this height will be given in terms of radius of earth itself, like h by 4, h by 2, something is given. Okay. So we write here what? Conservation of energy. Okay. So what is the answer? Look here. We want to calculate work done. So we calculate what is the initial energy at this point. What is the initial energy? Initial potential energy when object is placed on the surface of earth. What is formula? Minus g m by what? R, right? No confusion here. This is general formula. This already I told you, the body placed on the surface of earth. What is its potential energy, right? Minus g mmr. M is the mass of earth, small m is the mass of that object, and distance is simply radius of the earth, right? Now when you raise to that height, what's the energy at that point? U final is what? What change? Just only distance change, right? So minus g m r plus what? H. That's what your final potential energy. You want to calculate work done in doing so. So work done is simply called change in your potential energy, or you say U final minus what? U initial. Okay. So U final is this value minus g m r plus h. Okay. Minus we are subtracting and both terms are negative only. G m r, right? So you see that here g m term is common, you can take it outside. So work done is simply equal to what? Look here. Okay, minus I don't take minus. You see this term will become positive, that become negative. So I am taking g m only common. What you got? You got this 1 by r minus 1 by r plus what? H, right? Okay, let's simplify this. So when you simplify this, you will get like this one. G m. You took r into what? R plus h as common, right? R you divide, you got r plus h minus what? And divide by this term, you get what? R. So on top you see we are getting this term. Okay, let me write here g m. Okay, what we getting here? R get cancelled, get just h, and here we getting what? Okay. So what you do now? Okay, let me write this, at least this. Okay, done. So look here. What you do here? R is already there, and this r also take common and take it outside. So g m by r square into small m. What is remaining? H upon 1 plus h by what? R. What I did? This r is outside the bracket, and this r also took outside. So it become r square. Okay, this is nothing but what? Small g, right? G m by r square means small g. So this answer becomes final. The work done in doing so is, what is the answer? M g h upon 1 plus h by r. That is called work done in raising an object of mass m from surface of earth to some height what? H. That's your answer, right? mgh, correct? Be careful here, g is coming, right? Small g, acceleration. When capital G comes, you can write that formula anywhere, but small g is coming means you are writing that formula related to what? Earth, near the surface of earth. Okay, so from surface you are raising some object to height h. How much work is done? mgh. M is the mass of the object, g is what? Acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 or 10 you are writing, h is the height, and 1 plus h by r. That's your answer, right? Okay, so direct question they ask on this. Okay, let's move to next question. So this is one question, and third question like this one. Okay, so there is no confusion here. Either say the work done, or they ask what? I am raising an object from this height to surface to that height. How much is the change in potential energy? Also same answer, right? Na? Change in potential energy or work done. Okay. Now another question they ask like this way. From surface of earth only you want to project an body upward, so it goes to some height h. Then what velocity we need at this point? So let me write first here. How you say? Velocity required to project a body of mass m, right, from surface of earth, again from surface of earth to an height h. Look here, this question was work done in raising an object from surface to some height h. Then I am saying that if you want to project it, you want to throw it, at what velocity you should throw from surface of earth so that it goes to some height what h, right? So look here, this is your earth again, radius r, mass m. At this point your object was there, then we throwing this upward with some velocity v, which we want to calculate, so that this object rise to what height? This height. Okay, this object come to this height, that height we calling what? h. It goes to that height, then its velocity becomes 0, so start falling back, right now? Yes. Okay, be careful, if you throw at very high velocity, then it will escape. That will, this topic we will learn in what? Escape velocity. Right now we are talking that we throwing at some limited velocity or less than escape velocity, so that this object goes to some height, then it what? Falls back, right? So they are asking that at what velocity we should throw this object from surface of earth so that it can achieve a height of h. Clear? Let's calculate. So here we have tried energy conservation principle, mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is always constant, we know. Mechanical is what? Sum of kinetic plus potential. So that should be always what? Constant, because you have to calculate velocity here, means this related to what? Your kinetic energy, right now. So what we writing? By writing principle of conservation, COME, this principle writing. Conservation of what? Mechanical energy, right now. Mechanical energy should be always constant. So we write mechanical energy at this point, means starting point. What is the mechanical energy initially? So kinetic energy initial plus potential energy initial. What is the kinetic energy? We are throwing at some velocity and we know mass, so I am writing half mv square, right? Kinetic energy is always positive, you know. Okay, then what is the potential energy at this point? When object is placed on surface of earth, what is the potential energy? This already we know, right? Okay, let's write minus g m upon what? r. This is the initial mechanical energy when the body is, we are launching from what? Like this body was just placed here only, okay? So only potential energy. This body is throwing from surface of earth, so it has kinetic energy also, right? It has velocity, so both energy are there. Then we want to know what is the energy at that point, final. I am writing here mechanical energy final. When it goes to highest point, what is the mechanical energy? Kinetic plus potential. Kinetic becomes what? 0. Kinetic becomes 0 because velocity at highest point when saying 0. Then we are writing potential. What is potential? Again minus g m. What change? Only distance, r plus what? h. This is your initial mechanical, that is your final mechanical. Please equate them to get our velocity answer, that at what velocity you should throw this object. Okay, look here. So when you equate these two, what answer comes? You say that half mv square minus g m upon r is equal to minus g m upon r plus what? h. We are interested in calculating velocity. Okay, yes. So this time we'll send here, and first what you can cancel small m everywhere, so that calculation become easier. Okay, so on this side we have what? Just v square by 2, that term goes other side, becomes positive, so it becomes g m by r minus g m upon r plus what? h. Actually if you keep m here, you know this calculation already we have done here, these calculations only. Okay, so I am not doing, let's make it more simple. You don't cancel your m. If you don't cancel your m, then what will happen? Already we have done these calculations. Let's make it more simple. This was half mv square, okay? Okay, this is what? Half mv square. Then I am saying, let me write, this part come this side, g m upon r minus g m upon r plus h. I said this calculation already we have done. Look here, this thing. Same thing only. You take gm by r, you get the same answer. This means we are getting this answer actually. Okay, so I am directly doing this. Half mv square is equal to what answer coming? This answer coming, mgh upon 1 plus h by r. The answer of this term will come that much. Okay, okay ji. So m you cancel now here. Then your velocity v comes simply what? 2 goes up and become root 2 gh upon 1 plus k square by what? R square and root. This is the velocity minimum, okay, not minimum, the velocity required so that an object achieve an height of what? Vertical height of what? h above the surface of the earth. Okay, so this also they ask direct questions, and formula also can be asked in exam. Okay, yes. So work done raising object h height above surface of earth is here in the velocity required to launch an object so that goes up to a height of what? h. That also we done here, root 2 gh upon 1 plus k square, sorry what here, I wrote something wrong here this term, is root 2 gh and 1 h by r is coming. Sorry, I wrote square here, be careful. Okay, now it's okay. Now next question can be asked opposite of this. How means, like here they are asking to calculate, find the velocity and height is given to you, right? Now height is given to you and they are asking what's the velocity we need. Opposite means they said I launching with some velocity to you. Velocity is given to you. What's the maximum height achieved? So h they can ask you. Same formula only can use, but I can rearrange this formula in other format. Same formula also you can use to answer. If h is given, you can find velocity, or velocity is given, you can find h also. No problem, right? Just rearrange this formula. So it means the same question only. Still I write it again. Okay, fourth point, which is just opposite of last point only. In last point, they said what is the velocity required so that an object can rise to a height of what? H. Now, velocity is given to you. They said that is the maximum height attained by the object. Okay, maximum height attained by an object of mass m when projected with velocity of v from again surface of earth. So just opposite of last question only. You can use the same formula only if you don't remember. Okay, yes, but we write in simplified format. So look at this same question only. This is your earth, radius r, mass m. You want to launch an object from this place, that's height is given h, this velocity here is given v, correct. Now velocity is given to you, they are asking what is the maximum height achieved, right? So same formula I am writing, last formula, what is the velocity relation? V is equal to root 2 gh upon 1 plus h by r. From here itself we are doing calculation, just rearranging this formula in little simple format. Okay, square on both sides, we get just v square is equal to what? 2 gh upon 1 plus h by r. Let's cross multiply, you will get v square plus v square h by r is equal to 2 gh. We are interested in calculating height, so this term you bring on other side, we get v square is equal to 2 gh minus v square h by r. So h we need, so let's take h common here, h common, you got 2g minus v square by r is equal to what? Just v square. Okay, send it down. So h is what? Simply v square 2g minus v square by r, or r you multiply there and goes up, so it becomes v square r divided by 2g r minus v square. That's the one way to remember, that's all. This much only, it's same formula only, that only you can remember, that only, or this little simplified format, this one, h is equal to v square r divided by 2gr minus v square. Okay, yes. Okay, this is all about what? Our gravitational potential energy, mainly 4 type of questions. Apart from this small things they can ask, like they can ask a force relation, already we know. So force and potential energy relation, already we know, we are learning many chapter. Last work energy power chapter we have learned completely there. So we already know the force, gravitational force will be equal to minus simply u du by what? Dr. These rules and this formula already we have learned in what? Work energy power chapter, right now? Yes. Okay, this is a force and potential energy relation. By chance potential energy equation given, they can ask what is the force, you can differentiate right now, and if they say maximum force, then you can differentiate and equal to 0, you will get your r right now. Yes. Okay, also you should know that I am saying potential energy formula like this one, minus g m1 m2 upon r. Suppose I ask you that when the potential energy will be maximum and how much value, it's very important. So look here, it's a negative value always, right now. So when you put here infinity, that term becomes what? 0, correct na? So this is a maximum value of potential energy. So it's very important to remember that potential energy is maximum at what? R is equal to what? Infinity, keep in mind, right now. When this distance is maximum, is infinity, that term becomes what? Actually 0, and maximum value of potential energy is what? Remember 0. This is a maximum value of what? Potential energy. It's always negative actually, like minus 2, minus whatever joule, and 0 is the maximum among these, right now. Yes. Okay, now what we will do, we will do the problems based on what? Potential energy. Okay, so let's get ready for problems, and here we have problem. So already you have the sheet with you. If you don't have sheet, please download it from the link attached in this description of this video. Okay, so we're doing it from question number 22 onward. Okay, till 21 already we done in previous chapters, previous lectures. Okay, so 22 problem says that the potential energy due to gravitational field of earth will be maximum. Oh, this I have done already, this with here. The potential energy is maximum at what? Infinity. And what's the maximum value of potential energy? Is 0 simply. Okay, okay, so 22 simply answer is what? First option. Okay, second 23 questions you are watching. Okay, the energy required to move a body of mass m from an orbit of 2r to 3r is what? So work done or energy required is simply equal to what? Your change in potential energy, right now. You want to move an object from this orbit to that orbit. Generally this type of question they ask for satellite. I will do in next topic when we talk about what? Satellites. Okay, that what is the energy required to move one satellite from this orbit to that orbit. This is called what? Raising orbit or decreasing orbit. Okay, mainly I will do this type of question there, but one example is here. Let's do this simple only. So work done is simply equal to what? Your change in energy. Okay, or how much additional energy we supply is simply change in your potential energy. So look at 23 problems we are doing. So potential initial is what? Let's calculate. Initial potential is what? Minus g m, values are given. Okay, m and m say initial orbit is given what? 2r. So initial your potential energy. Similarly, what is final potential energy? U final minus g m upon 2r. 2r means is given, sorry, 3r. Okay, so that's what your extra energy we need, or work done is what? U final minus what? U initial. When you subtract these two terms, this minus that, it becomes g m upon 2r minus g m upon what? 3r. Be careful always, there's negative, so when you subtract them, be careful. Final minus initial doing, so minus becomes what? Plus, so that term becomes positive, that is negative. Okay, so you want to simplify this, simply you say that you take 6r as LCM. Okay, 2 goes 3 times, 3 goes 2 times, that becomes simply g m this much only, right? So that's given in your fourth option. Okay, okay, let's see next question. 24 problem. 24 said that 3 particles of each mass 100 grams are brought from a very large distance, means infinity, to the vertices of an equilateral triangle whose sides are given 30 centimeter in length. What is the work done? So this question I discussed is like you want to arrange or you want to bring some masses from infinity to what? Corners of a triangle, square or rectangle, something, right? How much work you do? So here all mass are given same. This is given m, that's given m, value I will put later, and distance is equilateral triangle, so distance also given same. Let's call r, right now. Yes. So mass is given actually 200 gram, and this distance or side of this equilateral triangle is given 20 centimeter. They are asking how much work we have to do. Answers are given joule. Okay, so everything we have to put in SI system. Okay, so I told you how to calculate the net work done in doing this, or potential energy of the system. What is the answer? How many pairs you have? Calculate their potential energy. So look here directly. This is the one pair, right? It becomes what? Minus g m is m square by distance is what? R. Now one pair this, one pair that, all exactly same values, all correct, na? This like m r, so all directly you can write this what? Minus 3 times of this is the answer, right? Hope you understanding this. One potential energy between these two pair, one this pair, one this pair, 3 energies we have, and all coming exactly same because same mass, same distance. Okay, it's equilateral triangle, mass is also given same. Just put the values here. So work done will be minus 3 times, okay, g value, okay, 6.67 into 10 power minus 11. Hope you remember this. M, mass is given what? 200 gram. So if you want to write in kg, either you can write 0.2 kg into 0.2 kg divided by what? Distance given 20 centimeters, 20 into what? 10 power what? Minus 2. Let's calculate this number, you will get some answer here. So I don't have answer, you have to calculate this anyhow. Okay, so suppose look at this number. This you can write as 0.2, one value you can cancel, it is what? Here 20 to 10 power minus 2, you can write 0.2, that you can cancel it here. Okay, so 0.2, if I remove one negative here, put extra power here, then becomes what? So 6 into what? 6.6 into 10 power what? Minus 12. So 6.6, 36, little more than 36. And so what options are given here? 33 is given nearly. Okay, yes. So this will first is will negative. Check whether I am doing calculation wrong. I think it's not wrong, nothing is wrong. It was 11 power. Okay, 1 is gone here, term 0.2. and okay, this become what, 0.6 into what, 6.6, that become 36 nearly, or 40 something. So in options they gave nearest answer as what, 0.33. The small mistake is there. I don't know whether I am doing mistake or they are doing mistake in calculations. Let's check it once more. Distance is given 20 centimeter, right? He has given, and mass is given what? Okay, yeah, I wrote value wrong. Actually, this mass was given 100 gram. I wrote it 200 gram here. That was wrong. So why is the calculations are coming wrong? Okay, let's correct it. 100 gram is given. So what will change? This gram I wrote, this becomes 0.1, 0.1. Okay. Okay, so that was 0.2. You can cancel here. We get what? 2 here. Okay, 2 you cancel here, becomes 3.3 or something, that's 0.1. So this become decimal. Now answer is coming what, 0.33 into 10 power what, don't write here, this not this number, minus 11 will be coming, and negative keep in mind. Okay, yes. So hope this is okay with you now. I just did calculation mistake here only. I mass I put 200 gram instead of what, 100 gram. Okay. Okay, next question is here, 25th. Look at this problem. It says that a body of mass m is raised to a height h is what given r by 5 from this earth's surface, where r is the radius of the earth. If g is the acceleration due to gravity at the earth's surface, the increase in potential energy or work done is what? So this is a simple question, raising an object from earth's surface to some height h, how much work is done or what is change in potential energy. So for this question you can answer directly also. Just I told you W is what, mgh by 1 plus h by r, right? So you see here answer is given in terms of h itself, correct na? We have two h, one h here, one h here. So see carefully how options are given. Sometimes answer is given only in mg format, sometimes the work answer is given in terms of one h format, like, so you see options here, answer given mgh format. So this h value which is given to us, how much given, r by 5, you don't put at both places here and here, you put only at this place. Okay, you have to see the options how the answer is given. Okay, so how this looks, work done will be equal to mgh upon 1 plus h is given 5, sorry, r by 5, r by 5 by r, this goes here, mgh is 1 plus 1 by 5, that becomes 6, 5 goes up, 5 by 6 of mgh, that will be your answer, right? So you have to see carefully that how options is given. Okay, that was your question number 25. Let's see question number 26 now. A body is placed at distance of r0 from the center of the earth, okay, and start moving from the rest. The velocity of the body on reaching at the earth's surface will be what? Okay, look here, some bodies here. This is earth of radius, how much the writing symbol? They are writing RE symbol. One object was somewhere here, anywhere like here. Object was or mass was at this point, and initial distance from center of earth was given r0. That distance given what? r0, correct na? Yes, place a distance r0 from center of earth, start moving from rest. So initial kinetic energy will be 0 because it is moving from what? Starting from what? Rest. The velocity of the body on reaching on the earth's surface will what? When this object come to at this point, what is the velocity final? Again you have to write simply conservation of the energy, right now? Yes. At this point, what is the mechanical energy? Let's write. Mechanical energy will be what? Initial we are saying kinetic plus potential. Kinetic is directly 0 because the saying is starting from rest. Potential energy will be what? Minus g m and distance is given from center is what? Simply r0. That's what your initial mechanical energy. When this object reaches to surface of earth, mechanical energy final is what? Kinetic energy we have to find because velocity they are asking, so half mv square. And what is the potential? Minus g m upon distance become now radius of earth, re symbol the writing. This is your final mechanical energy, right? Okay, mechanical energy is always conserved, so let's equate these two terms. So you will say that half mv square minus g m upon re is equal to minus g m upon what? r0. Okay, yes. So we have to find half mv square, so half mv square, this term I send other side, you know this term will become positive, so it becomes what? G m upon re minus g m upon what? r0, here this G, M and M term you take common, you get 1 by R E minus 1 by R naught. Now see how options are given. So in options given in terms of what? Capital G format only given, right now. And yes, so M you can cancel here, 2 you send that side, so it becomes V square is equal to 2 G M, and the same term 1 by R E minus 1 by R naught, and root of this will give your velocity answer simply. Okay, so simply you can see this is given in what? Your fourth option, right? No confusion at all. Okay, that was your question number 26. Then let's move to problem number 27. 27 says that we have two identical thin rings of each radius r and coaxially placed at distance of r. If the rings have a uniform mass distribution and each has mass m1 m2 respectively, then the work done in moving a mass m from the center of one ring to the other is what? Okay, so it's a ring based question. I say generally not as an exam, but I gave the formula for this. What is the field due to a ring on its axial point at center, and potential also I gave, right? So how they asking question? They said we have two rings, similar rings, each radius r, and they place at distance also r, I think, right? How much distance given? They are placed coaxial at distance of r. So distance between center to center, this distance that is given also r. Let's call that x is equal to what? R given to us. This is given to us. Okay. Yes. Mass of them is also given. This mass given m1, that mass given what? M2. Okay. This type of question is generally not asking NEET exam nowadays, because questions is very simple. This question just consume little time only, otherwise it's not tough. Okay. Okay. Mass are given mm. They said that we want to move one. What is the work done moving? Work done moving a mass m from center of one ring to other ring. Suppose you put a small mass m here and you want to move from here to here, how much work will be done? Exactly same question they asked what in electrostatic also, exactly same. They said two rings are there, charged rings, one has charge q1, other has charge q2 of same radius or different radius placed coaxially. Then what's the work done moving one charge from center of this to what? Center of that ring. Okay, exactly same questions. Now watch carefully what we will do. Two ways you can do this question. One, work done simply equal to what? Change in potential energy, right now. Work done simply equal to what? Change in potential energy. Or work done you can also write, that's the only way we would write, okay, simply. So you have to calculate potential energy at this point and that point. This is ring 1, ring 2. So let's calculate potential energy at ring 1. I am calling U1, or you can call initial also if you want to call, no problem. Okay, initially. Yes, U initial. U initial means when the object is placed at this point, what is the net energy, means potential energy. Okay. So when object is placed at this point, the potential energy will be due to two objects, one this ring and one that ring. Okay. I give like energy to ring 1 plus energy to what? Ring 2. Okay. This is the energy, potential energy. So now we are interested in knowing that what is the potential energy to what? Ring 1. Correct na? So potential energy formula is what? G m1 m2 upon what? R, right now. Okay. So let's write here minus G m1 m, and radius of this ring is given what? R, right now. Potential energy you can also write like mass into potential. This potential energy you can also write what? Mass into what? Potential. That's a more simple way to understand actually. Okay, if you confuse, right? Mass into potential, that's called a potential energy of that mass. So potential due to a ring already I have discussed with you. Potential to ring at center is what? Minus Gm by what? R, that's all. Minus Gm by R, right? Okay. Then this is a potential due to energy due to that ring, simple. Now due to this ring, okay. In real we are adding them, but both terms are negative only. Yes. What is the potential energy due to this ring at that, for that object? Okay, place here. So this is place coaxially for this ring, right? Same rule you write. What is the distance? That distance we need. Distance that become this r, that become what? Root 2r, right? That distance, right? So what is the answer? Minus G m2 m, and distance is what? Root 2 into r. This is the initial what do you say? Potential energy. Now calculate final. When the object comes to this point, U final is what? Again U1 plus U2 want to calculate. We want to calculate the energy due to this ring plus due to what? This ring at that point. Okay. So potential energy in that ring is what? We need that distance, that become again what? Root 2 into r. Distance due to the ring at that point, how much? Okay. So what is the answer? Minus g m1 m upon root 2 into r. Similarly, what is the potential energy due to this ring at the center? Minus g m2 m upon what? R. That is the final potential energy. Correct. Hope you are understanding this. Now work done is what? This one. Work done will be what? Your change in potential means u final minus what? U initial, that we have to write. Okay, ji, this is u final. That's what u initial. Subtract them. How much we get? Okay, work done will be u final. Look here. Okay, minus you want to take common, doesn't matter. So when you write like this one, give attention. This minus that term, minus that term becomes positive simply, right? Hope you understand. I have to do this minus that. So minus and 1 minus already there. So I'm writing it look like that way. That term will become positive. So that will become g m1 m upon r plus that term g m2 m upon root 2 into r, and this term will be negative. So g m1 m upon root 2 into r minus g m2 m upon what? R. Okay. Now you have to arrange according to what your options, how options are given. So question number 27 you are doing. So options are given down, they are given either r or root 2 r, and on top they took g and m common, right now. Okay, let's take. So and also this is that they given like m1 minus m2 also given all options, right now. Yes. First you bring similar terms together, m1 minus m2. Okay. So look here. This m1, this m1, that's m2, that's m2. Okay, bring these two what close first. Yes, only no? Like this one only, m1 m2 they subtracted and taken it common. Then okay, first what I do, I simplify this. Let's take root 2 common and simplify this. Okay, g and m they have taken common now everywhere, g and m. Yes, in all options g and m is taken common. So what I do, g and small m, this is common, and either r is given. Okay, this much only I take, then we will get answer. So m1 by r, then here we get what? m2 by root 2 of r. Here we get minus m1 by root 2 of r, and here we get minus m upon what? R. Okay. So if you see carefully here, no, here is what? m2. Yes, now it's okay. So let's take common here. So gm I took already outside. You take root 2r as common. This is a term common. R goes what? Root 2 times into what? m1. 2r goes 1 time, so just m2. Then 2r goes 1 time, so minus this m2 m1, and r goes, so minus root 2 time. Okay. Hope I okay, correct only, is correct only, root 2 times of what? m2. Yes. Now let's take root 2 also common outside. So root 2 you take common. No, root 2 you cannot take common because here we don't have root, right now. So this time you can take common. Yes, correct only. Okay, we are getting answer. gm this much and root 2r you took common. Then what is remaining? Look here. Look at this term. These are same term only, like root 2 m1 and minus m1. m2 and root 2, this is exactly same term, right? So m1 minus m2 you can write into what? Root 2 minus 1, right? This is matching, right? Yes, is matching. m1 minus m2 you take common, the same term, only 2 terms, root 2 minus 1 upon root 2. Okay, this is matching in what? Your second option is matching. Okay. Yes. Okay, these were the questions based on what? Your gravitational potential energy and what? Work done, right? So always remember that whenever you want to find like work done, you have to calculate simply change in what? Your potential energy, right? Change in potential energy will give simply the work done, right? And raising of some object from above the surface of earth means you are changing what? Your potential energy only. So you have to do work done means you can write equations simply like change in energy, initial mechanical is equal to final mechanical. These equations you can write to answer any type of questions. And this conservation of energy we will write again in case of what? Next topic which we will learn, escape velocity. Same rule we will write again. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is done now completely. gravitational potential energy. Okay, in next chapter, next lecture we will be doing what? Escape velocity, and about the interplanetary motion, which will talk about the velocities of the satellite moving around a planet and this time period and their energy again. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you have any problem, any doubt, please put your comment. Thank you so much.